What's up, y'all? Ron P from WiseGuyBets here. We're looking at some DFS action for tonight. DraftKings, we got a 4-game slate. And if it's your first time visiting my channel, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already done so. And what we do is give out value picks. These are players who I think will outperform their salary for tonight, hopefully get 5x and more out of these players. I give out 2 guards, 2 forwards, 1 center, and these are players that I have researched and I think will exceed their value for tonight. So let's get right into it. And we're going to look at the point guard position, and we're going to go to the LA Lakers versus New York Knicks game. The Knicks are favored by 4 in this game. The over-under is 210. Lakers are 9-9. New York is 9-8. Both teams haven't been really playing up to their expected potential. I think it's a very important early season game for both of these teams, because I really think after around 20, 25 games, you really find out who a team is. And that's usually after 20, 25 games, you pretty much know who an NBA team is, barring any major injuries or setbacks like that. So let's get right into it. The first player I'm looking at the point guard position is Kemba Walker. He's 4,800 on DraftKings. His projection for tonight is 28. The Lakers are 19th against the point guard position. In his last 3, Walker has had 18, 20, and 10. His last 5 against the Lakers, he's had 25 fantasy points in 3 out of his last 5 against the Lakers. He's in a good spot. Lakers don't defend the point guard position very well. Projection of 28. If he gets to 28, we're good for him for the night. So Kemba Walker is someone I'm looking to put in some of my lineups tonight at the point guard position. For the shooting guard, we're going to the Dallas versus LA Clippers game. Looks like Luka may be back tonight. Hardaway, my choice for this position is Tim Hardaway Jr. at 5,800. His projection on the night is 28. The Clippers are 5th against the shooting guard position. His last 5 against the Clippers, he's had 23, 18, 26, 35, and 17. His last 3 overall has been 23, 27, 35. Notice he gets around 30 minutes a game, whether Luka's in the game or not. And again, Luka's kind of up in the air tonight. I still like Hardaway in this position. I think he 5X's his salary tonight and gets us that projected 28.5. So I like Tim Hardaway Jr. at the shooting guard position tonight. Let's move to the small forward position, and we're going to go to the Denver versus Portland game. And we're going to select Norman Powell, 5,000 on DraftKings. His projection for the night is 29. And Portland is 28th, defending the small forward position. He's had over 28 fantasy points in 3 out of his last 5 versus Denver. I meant Denver is 28th against the small forward position. And Powell has scored 28 in 3 out of his last 5 versus Denver. Let's look at his last 3. His last 3, he's had 21, 26, 19. And as you see, he's averaging, right around 30 minutes a game. Portland is favored by 6.5 at home tonight. And this is the highest over on the state slate with 213.5. Game should be fairly close. I love his salary of 5,000, and I like the position he's in. He has a favorable matchup at the position he's in tonight. So if Norman Powell gives us a projection of 29, say he gives us 30, we're good with that. He basically 6X's salary. So I definitely think he 5X's his salary. I think he has a great potential to 6X's salary. Let's look at the power forward position. We're going to go to the Miami versus Detroit game, and we're going to select Jeremy Grant for 7,000 on DraftKings. Miami's 24th defending the power forward position. You got to remember Stewart is out. That opens up a little bit more for Grant to work. His projection on the night is 37. His last four against the Heat have been 48, 58, 22, 30. So his most recent meetings against the Heat, he's had over 48 points in both 48 fantasy points in both of those games. Let's look at his last three. His last three has been 49, 37, and 25. He is their man in Detroit. Cade Cunningham is coming along, but as of right now, Jeremy Grant is still the man, and he's been playing a lot more consistent this year. I really like what I've seen out of him this year. So Jeremy Grant is someone I want to look at the power forward position tonight. Let's go to the center position, and we're going back to the LA Lakers versus New York Knicks game, and we're going to select Julius Randle for 10,000. So you're going to say, hey, is Julius Randle a bargain at 10,000? Well, I think he 5X's his salary tonight and give us 50 fantasy points tonight. His projection is actually 50. The Lakers do play well against that position. They're 6th versus the center position. His last three against the Lakers has been 49, 58, 35. And if we want to look at his last five, he hasn't scored less than 28 fantasy points against the Lakers. I like Randle. This is his former team that drafted him that he's playing against. Let's look at his last three games. It's 50, 43, and 26. And to be straight up honest, this is a huge game for both teams. I think we see the best of Julius Randle tonight, and I think he gives us the 50 fantasy points that his salary say he should get. So if he gives us 50 fantasy points, he 5X's his salary. I think he does that. So for a slight recap here, let's look at what we selected. We're looking at Kemba Walker at the point guard position, Tim Hardaway Jr. at the shooting guard position, Norman Powell at the small forward, Jeremy Grant at the power forward, Julius Randle at the center. To me, with Randle, Grant, and maybe even Powell, you can lock into your lineups. So my suggestion is to take a couple of these players, put them into your lineups the way you want to build your lineups, and build around these players to build great lineups, whether you're playing GPP or cash. So, hey, like my videos if they help you, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. Until the next video, peace.